Last little bit, and then we're closing this out for sake of time. We've got 10 minutes left. I appreciate everyone sticking with me for 2 hours. Sorry if this is long. All right, finances. Consider cost of living depending on where you want to live. Know your base salary. So on the metrics, we talk about threshold and objective. There's a minimum and a goal. Know where that is for every attribute you're talking about, right? My minimum for travel would be 0, but my maximum is going to be this, right? Like build a threshold window so when you're talking to folks, you know how to measure it out. Cost of medical insurance, state taxes, right? Do they tax retirement? Do they not? Right? Do your research to understand what your take-home pay is actually going to look like. I said I pay $1,000 a month for medical right now. Consider taxes on retirement. Consider various benefits to VA disability. Each state has different benefits if you're permanent total or not. Different educational benefits. So I just calculate all that as it relates to you and your family. And try to build up 3 to 6 months of savings before transition if possible, right? It stops the panic buy of, oh shit, I need a job. I take the first thing that walked in front of me because I can't last more than 1 day after my DD-214. Okay, again, you guys are late in this cycle, which is why I'm trying to get this message out 3 to 5 years before transition so that we can start affecting that change. Okay, life insurance and VA disability. Your VA disability rating might make you uninsurable. Okay, let that sink in. If you do not have life insurance right now, i.e. term or whole life, and you are working on your VA disability, I would stop your disability and get life insurance. Okay, I have $1 million term life policy with USAA for $30 a month. Okay, for a 15-year policy. It's affordable. I also have a whole life policy. I have friends that got their VA rating for PTSD and sleep apnea and could not get life insurance after they did it because they were considered too high risk as a candidate. If they would have had life insurance first, they could have had insurance in place and then gotten their VA rating and been fine. Okay, but life insurance will look at your risk as an individual. And if you're totally broken, you are higher risk and therefore insurance premiums are higher. Go ahead, Marcus.
You can transition, this is just one option, but you can transition your SGLI to a New York Life policy and they will not look at your medical records.
Yeah, New York Life is who I have for whole life. They're a good company. There are others out there. United Veterans does great counseling on life insurance and they're brokers for like everybody. But just consider that, right? Note and have a plan about insurance before you just walk the line and go, oh, get 100% rating. Okay, great. But there may be other implications if you do that. Okay. Sometimes it's just process. Type of insurance, right? Whole life, term life. Term life is car insurance. You pay it and have it while you're paying for it. Whole life is an investment that you keep every dollar you spend, but it is more expensive. I'm not an expert on these, but I would just consider a whole life, you know, universal life, term life, index-based life insurance. There's a lot of things that are out there that you can keep and it will grow and you get access to it. All right, VA disability is huge. Prior to leaving the service, go to the doc and write every gripe, moan, complaint, make them evaluate it and document a diagnosis, right? Chronic pain is not a diagnosis, right? Some itis term, tendinitis, appendicitis, whatever. Put some clinical name after it that says you have a condition. Okay, I did not get my back service connected, even though I was a pilot and worked with infantry and I had back issues, but we never claimed it, never got it evaluated. And then 2 years after I left the military, my back completely went out and I couldn't walk for a month. Right? I had to fight to then get that service connected because I didn't have anything in my medical record that talked about back issues. Okay. So getting it documented helps. If you're retiring before 20 years, right now, you will not get full retirement and VA disability. It's crappy, but it's there unless you are medically retiring because of a combat wound or combat injury. Just consider that. A few people get bit, they were getting medically retired at 15 years and they got 100% VA and that's all they get plus insurance. All right, dressing like a professional. I'm a huge fan of a company called Salute to Suit. You essentially put in your height and your weight, and they ship you a tailored suit for rather affordable. If you haven't checked them out, recommend it. But don't show up looking like a schmuck. Go ahead, Sonny.
Do they have a women's version of that?
They have a women's version too.
Okay.
So yes. But sometimes just doing a Hail Mary post on LinkedIn, I need to learn how to dress, or I need help with this. Can anybody out there help me? Can be very powerful, right? I've done that a few times in my career in transition. I was trying to go Marine Corps Reserve to Army Guard, and I just put a Hail Mary post out on LinkedIn. I'm trying to do this, and I have no clue how to do it. Does anybody out there know how to help me? And just let the veteran dogpile happen, right? And get people to give you advice. It's powerful if you're willing to be vulnerable and say, I need help, right? But you got to be willing to shout out and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Can somebody help me? Okay. All right, final takeaway. You do not want to be in the firefight trying to upgrade your weapon, realizing you don't have enough ammo, chow, and water, right? Combat-wise, we would say that's stupid. Yet in transition, we do this to ourselves all the time. Okay, build your weapon system early, certifications, right? And your support system, right? Finance, network, insurance, before you get into the firefight. Right? That's what we're trying to do at PM-ProLearn. That's what I'm trying to do as an individual. Right? Plan early and help me help others, right? Pass on my info. If you know those who are still in service 3 to 5 years out, I'd love to talk with them now to help them start getting ready while they have time to affect that change. Right? Certification side, we're trying to get them taught as PME. Right? Because even if I don't want to become a project manager, military planning and operations are projects. Flat out, I will go toe to toe with anyone. Getting lean in PMP made me a better, more lethal officer. And now I'm using it in sales, right? It had nothing to do with my current job by title, but I still have skills to use afterwards, right? So that's what we're trying to do everywhere in the world. Here's my info. Connect, reach out, call me. I will not turn you down. I will make time available as much as I can. Okay? I want to help. All right. I'll drop this into the chat as well so people can just copy and paste it if they want to.
And I got to tell you, right? One of the things that you should start thinking about now, it's not just about you and your transition. Obviously, that is the tunnel you're looking at, and a light at the end. You don't know if it's a train or what. But right now, Josh is somebody you need to connect with, those junior military officers and those junior NCOs, so that they can start getting this information before they exit. They can get their certifications while Uncle Sam can pay for it with cool. And it can help them with promotion. It can help them have a better understanding of the project management and how to be a better planner and an NCO and officer. Plus, it also shows that they have experience while they have their PMP and can lead to better results as they exit service. It's not just one group at a time. And we do this. We're kind of tied to our timeline of close to that last 180 days. Make sure we're taking our folks under our wing. Right. And we're giving them some good information. Yeah. Going to school while you're in really sucks. A lot of people do it. Take advantage of it because it's going to pay in spades later.